Hi, Carl Ford here in IT Expo in Miami, and I'm here with Mo Shakouri. Hi, Dr. Mo, how are you?
Good morning, Carl.
Good morning, my friend. So, we're talking about Super Wi-Fi, but more importantly, we're going to talk about the WiMAX Forum. And Mo is the chairman of the WiMAX Forum, and you guys have got a lot of activities going on. Why don't you tell us what's going on?
Sure, it's been a few years since I attended the IT Expo, and I think that WiMAX as an industry is very mature. So it's been about 2001, so after 12 years, it's like any marriage. It has gone through a lot of interesting dynamic for the industry and activity. I would say within WiMAX initiative, what is important is after about billions of dollars of investment in the ecosystem, now we have three main initiatives going inside the forum. One of them most people know is wireless broadband access, the broadband connectivity.
Yep.
Fiber does not exist, most of the emerging countries in the world, and today there is $1 billion of equipment sold, WiMAX, forum certified, that is based on IEEE, and this is WiMAX technology being deployed all over the globe, mainly for broadband connectivity. 200 to 300 operators got a spectrum and being deployed. Last year we announced a roadmap for WiMAX Forum called WiMAX Advanced. Like any other industry, you know, after some time, we have opened the WiMAX technology that allows WiMAX Advanced to serve multiple radio technology. Our basic philosophy is to be able to leverage different TD technologies and bring more application for our operator customers. We think this is very good, and hopefully working with a bigger TD community, make it bigger. WiMAX is $1 billion market, but it's not big enough. So from that level, that's a very good initiative. I think it's very stable, growing, and solid. It's not sexy, but it's very solid in terms of its business activity.
Well, it's funny, we've had this kind of experience before, right? In the fact that, you know, ATM wasn't sexy, and then when IP came along, and yet it had a rebirth in the world because of the fact that it became MPLS, and everybody started using MPLS with the IP, and you know, the ATM switches were active for a while.
I think one of the differences I see exist in WiMAX is normally these technology issues has been in developed countries. They go long years, they get mature, then they move to emerging market. WiMAX has passed that stage, so most of the need of WiMAX is not to go meet a US need, is in emerging country. They are trying to get broadband and there is no connectivity. So the issue for them is no fiber and no access. How do I get broadband connectivity? And in that case, for example, WiMAX devices today, you can get a $25, $30 small unit device. That, you know, is impressive, the price of this capability. That just allows a village, a neighborhood, or a school get connected, allows to get Wi-Fi enabled devices to be a personal hotspot. This enables some new interesting dynamics from our ecosystem.
Yeah, I stopped you before you got through the third initiative, so tell us about that.
So the second and third initiative, the second initiative that we started about 2-3 years ago was industrial. As you know, broadband is for consumer, but it's also all kind of M2M applications need broadband connectivity. So WiMAX Forum focus on a smart grid. A smart grid and utilities infrastructure needs to really change over the next 10 to 20 years. And you have to remember, utility infrastructures are 20-year cycles. From that level, the WiMAX Forum has developed a standard called WiGrid. WiGrid is a standard that is focused and is developed by utilities in conjunction with WiMAX Forum to be very specific to the need of utility, mainly in the substation and the core. Not about a meter reading, is about being able to do a network of the utility world class. Think of a utility like a big operator, and they're building their whole infrastructure with broadband connectivity. So WiMAX Forum just this Monday announced the release of the standard for WiGrid, and we have done one interoperability, and so we are expecting to see this scenario that the next few years will bring more fruit in activity. So this is a very good initiative, and we are getting companies like GE, companies like Cisco, we have companies like utilities like BC Hydro and others in Canada, and I'm sure others will join in. This is going to be very exciting for us as a new initiative and activity.
Yeah, the the whole transmission side is one place where they really have some great opportunities to basically get some better analytics, so it makes a lot of sense.
They have video cameras, so they need uplink centric. They need to put security. The kind of security they need is very mission critical. You cannot have the challenge. So they want a low delay, be able to handle some of these things. So from that perspective, using our core technology and low cost component, optimizing it for an application like that has been a great job by the forum, and we're starting to get traction and fruits of it starting this year.
Now you've been sitting in the Super Wi-Fi, and I know some of the other forums have been there, like PCIA and the White Space Alliance. Just out of curiosity, do you see some convergence happening as to what needs to happen in terms of managing backhaul and small cell?
I think that's a great introduction to our third initiative. Okay. And this is something we just started, means the following. As you know, everybody in the world now realizes the direction of broadband is going to be small cell. The only challenge is nobody knows what that means. The small cell is one of those terms that means everything to everyone. From WiMAX Forum perspective, over the last few years, we have seen many cases that WiMAX technology has been a great backhaul, getting to a node with broadband connectivity and putting a Wi-Fi hotspot. And my idea was to come to the White Space Alliance and look at the direction of that industry. I think is because I believe there is going to be need of different spectrum, both licensed and unlicensed. What I like about White Space is that some new rules are happening. How do you deal with a spectrum that is not licensed but allows user some level of quality of service? You have to realize the number one value of a technologies like WiMAX has been quality of service, be able to charge for services, and we have found complementary to Wi-Fi technology. From that level, I felt is very interesting, and we think in the future, maybe we can leverage part of their technology, cooperating, opens opportunity for our ecosystem and their ecosystem.
Cool. Thank you so much, Mo.
Thank you, Carl.